Well, I never, see, to begin with, there was never any mention of like, we're going to get a band together and Linda's going to be in it. You see, it was never sort of this is, she was just there. She was taking pictures and Paul would say, Linda, can you just try play that note, you know, or can you just sing that line there and see what it came about. And it developed into her being in the band. I think they were seeing whether it would work, you know, because they spent so much time together and stuff. And obviously when they were up in Scotland, he would play stuff to her, and you know, they'd learn stuff together maybe, you know, and so she would know the song a little bit. And it was part of the general putting it together that, and as I say, she was taking photos most of the time when me and Paul were doing something, or, you know, we were working on a backing track. And then it developed into this thing, and then there are a lot of people now that say, well, they like the harmonies, the blend of the harmonies. But of course, Linda wasn't experienced, so it took a long time to get that right. In the studio, on the road, she was kind of nervous, but, you know, got through it. I mean, I remember on the 76 tour, she did a pretty good job of like most of the stuff, and you get used to it. I mean, I would go into the sound booth to do harmonies with her, and it would take a little bit of time, but at the end of the day, she was hard working, and she would get it, you know. It just didn't come like that, because she wasn't like us. We'd been in bands, on the road, doing it for years. You know, there's just something that comes to you after you've been doing it all those years. So it was difficult for her. She got a lot of criticism because, you know, there were a lot of times she didn't get it on, didn't get it right. And also the fact that, you know, well, what's a woman doing in a band who's not been a musician all her life, you know? But again, that's that thing of there are no rules really, you know. And now, like I say, well, in America particularly, Wings are huge. And, you know, those people come now, young kids and stuff, and they see that as part of the sound. So you can't really knock it if you look at it from that point of view. I think she found a sort of niche where she could deal with it. You know, she was tough, but she knew look, she didn't have any, she didn't go around saying, I'm a great singer. You know, she knew that, you know, she was going to be knocked for the right reasons. But she had the guts to say, well, you know, just doing what I can, kind of thing. And she had this other side to her, which is very helpful in the way that she's very, you know, in tune about what was going on musically in the world and what was going on in the media, photography. So she was a big influence, you know. And apart from that, she did all the cooking. No, but she was a big influence in many ways. And then, you know, you travel in together, and you get to be friends. It becomes like a family thing. And, you know, I was quite proud of her on that 76 tour. I think she did really well, you know. But then again, we were very rehearsed by that. As opposed to the Wildlife era, we were very rehearsed. But then again, we were on the road for 9 months, you see. So that, again, is that thing I was saying about a band taking its time to get good. And if you're playing the same songs every night, you know, and you get used to the lighting, the sound, and you get the audience reaction, you can't go wrong, really.